Hey, my name is Aaron. Welcome to Freedom Fridays, where if you are an active scalability subscriber, I go live every week to give you systems, strategy, customer journey, basically help you work on the actual business stuff that makes the software actually work for your business. So again, I'm the founder of Scalability, and we believe that God created for 6 days and then he set everything on autopilot. He never created anything new so that he could spend the rest of time in relationship with us. And I look at that and I go, how do we do the same thing? Granted, you're still going to have to do work. I'm not going to lie to you and be like, oh, it's passive. But I look at systems and automation and software as things that we can leverage to multiply what God gave us so that we can spend time in relationship with God and with other people and doing what we've been created to do. And so every Friday, I go live and I help you work through your business. How do we create a customer journey or a workflow or a funnel? Or how do we take the pieces of scalability and apply them to your actual business in a way that you know what to do, how to do it, so that you can move forward from one week to the next? And as an active scalability subscriber, you can join live on these calls so that we can get your questions answered and straighten out exactly what you're working on. So I'm going to start pulling people in because every week on these calls, we actually, it's live Q&A. Unless we're doing a build out of some sorts, it will always be live Q&A. What are you guys working on? How can I serve you? How can I best get you moving forward? So um, let's start letting a few people in here and we'll just jump right into the conversation. Hi, Edwina. I
Hey,
see
Aaron.
I see Kelly and a few people joining. Well, since you guys are first ones on, let's go. Edwina, how's everything going with you? Anything I can help you with?
Potentially, I'm slowly getting to where I can put more brain power into this venture.
Yep.
And I do have a game plan. I am going to build out what's it called? Like a virtual event,
Okay.
and
Mm-hmm.
then sell a high ticket
Okay.
thing there. So,
You're going to sell high ticket at the event?
yes,
Okay. Is
at
the
the
event virtual or in person?
virtual. Sorry, did I say
Okay.
live?
Nope, you
So a
just said an
virtual.
event.
Okay, a virtual event. And well, I actually do have a live event that I'm going to try to sell it at as well. But
Okay.
um, so I didn't want to get into coaching, but the concept of, just kind of showing up and being the deliverable being me,
Mm-hmm.
uh, there with them to answer questions and guide and all that. I like that. So
Yeah.
I'm down with that. What would be my main question though? I guess I see how everybody comes into the pipeline as a lead.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do an automation to then switch them to where they're a client, like once they've joined a program or something like that? Is that what you do?
Yeah. Okay. Let's go over kind of the funnel and what this would look like. Okay. So just to kind of recap what people are or what we're going to be talking about right now is you're going to do a virtual event is kind of what we're talking about right now. Virtual event where people can sign up, register, and then they show up to the virtual event. On the virtual event, you're selling a high ticket coaching program and they'll switch into that. So there's going to be the way we want to use scalability and leverage it, right? The tools is you want to build a funnel landing page. You'll build a contact form to put on that landing page that's just an opt-in, right? Name, email, phone number, whatever you want to opt in for the free event. And that's a sales page. So for those of you who this is a strategy call, so I want to make sure you guys, I'm going to talk as though you don't know anything about this so that I can work through the pieces that you should focus on. On a funnel or a sales page, only have one thing people can do. So if you guys are thinking about doing the same thing, don't put links to all your social media on this sign up page. This sign up page should only talk about your live event or your virtual event or your free book, whatever it is you're trying to get them to opt into. But in this case, the event. It should only have when the event is, the speakers, what it looks like, what you're going to teach, all that type of stuff. And the only thing they can do is sign up or leave. Because anytime you guys put extra buttons on the page, it's a distraction for people. They're going to come in, they're going to end up watching your YouTube videos, and they're going to leave. And that's pretty much it. So we want to make sure that it's a sales page speaking and talking about your free event. And if it's a free event, just so everybody's aware, you need to work harder to convert somebody to something free than you do something paid. Like it will be easier to sell a $5,000 or $10,000 package in this high ticket coaching than it will be to give away a free PDF. And so when you guys build these sign up pages, make sure that you're putting a lot of information in there. This is what we're going to teach. This is how we're going to teach it. Every single box should be optimized to speak to the things that these people are actually like focused on. Okay. So funnel page where people are going to sign up, you're going to put a form on that funnel page. And then when they sign up, you want an automation and just call that automation like registered for the event. So then when you have that registered automation, basically it's the trigger for that will be that form on the funnel page. So when they put in their name, phone number, email on that sign up page in that form, that's the trigger to start the automation. And then just to keep it simple for everybody, I like those to be a text and an email that goes out to people right off the bat. So it's basically a confirmation. Hey, we see you, you're signed up, your spot's reserved. And then tag them, because the way that you go through people in scalability is by tags. So make sure the automation tags them registered for this event. Okay. And those are the primary things, right? Now, if you're going to have, which you want to have, the event date, let's say it's in 3 weeks from now, you would build out automation, right? That would have a wait step. So you'd tag them, send an email, a text, and then put a wait step. And you can make it wait till 3 days before the event. And then you could write an email and or a text message, and then make it wait until 2 days before the event. And then an email, hey, we're live in 2 days. Looking forward to seeing you guys. Here's the link to join. And then a wait step till 1 day before. And then an email text, a wait step till 30 minutes before. So you do that for each day of the challenge or something, right? If it's 1 day live event, then you're just going to do like 3 days before, 5 days before, whatever you want. Basically, you can do as many or as little as you want. Some people like to build people up like that. 3 days prior, send out emails, get them hyped up for the event. Other people are literally like, here's an email and a text 30 minutes before. We're live in 30 minutes. So it's up to you, but the concept's the same, right? Do a wait period and then an email, text, or whatever you want to happen, and then a wait period. And if it's like a 5-day challenge, you'll do a wait till 30 minutes before day one, and then an email, hey, we're live in 30 minutes. And then you'll do a wait till 30 minutes before the next day. And so what happens is when somebody signs up, it'll automatically text them, email them. It'll wait till the day before. It'll text them, email them. It'll wait till the day before the next day. And that's how the automation works. Now, on the live, when you actually do your event, you want to have a process for signing up the high ticket coaching clients. So in there, if it's like, hey, this is what it costs to join my program, we're allowing 5 people in, go to this link to sign up. Like you can run them straight to a sign up page that has a payment form on it. And that would just be another step in that funnel. So if you've got like your sign up page for the free event, and then it goes to a thank you page after that, you could just put a third step in that same funnel that's a payment page for the high ticket. So on your live event, you would send them a link directly to that sign up page because you're telling them all about it. And on the sign up page, it's just going to be like, here's all the things you're going to get. And they put in their payment and they go. Or it's, hey, if this sounds like something you're interested in, let's jump on a call to see if you're a good fit for the program, and you give them a link to your calendar. So either way, if you send a link to your calendar, then you're going to have an automation that sends them reminders and confirmations to show up for that call. If you send them straight to a purchase form, you're going to have an automation for that purchase form that's basically a purchased high ticket automation. And the same thing, tag them, purchased, send them an email, send them a text. And in the email and the text, it has the instructions on what's going to be next. So if you're going to reach out, schedule weekly calls, or if they get access to a group, you put access to that group right in that welcome email and text. And then I like to wait a day or two and then send them a reminder with the exact same stuff. because they're new, they're excited about it. You want to make sure that within 2 days they're getting plugged into the right things. Does that make sense or clarify kind of the process you would go through?
Yeah, it solidified what I already had. I had written out those steps, and I don't think I had missed one, so that's good to know. Um, and then, like I said, I would just, how do I show in the system that they've converted to a client?
Yeah. Okay. So on that automation for the purchased high ticket, there's an automation you can add that's removed from workflow. So you can make it the trigger is the purchased form, right? They signed up for the high ticket coaching program. They paid. When their payment goes through, it tags them purchased. It sends them a welcome email, welcome text, and it removes them from the other workflow. And you can put tag paid current client, high ticket client. But if you're doing it after an event, then it's not too big of a deal. Like you can change the status with the workflows. So in the workflow, also you can update the status on them, which is just an element that you would drag in, like confirmation email, confirmation text. You can say update the notes. They're all in that automations inside of there when you build that. So think of something that like updates the notes if you want to, right? Like pitched on the high ticket thing and this and that. Change the status from open to one, like that's in the automation. So you can make it to where when they purchase that form, it changes their status to one, and that's a current client. Does that spawn any other questions? Nope.
Not right now.
Okay. It will in the future. But that's why I like to get these live right off the bat, is so you can always go back and just like rewatch this on the YouTube channel. Because the lives, every Freedom Friday will be live and then recorded on there. So cool. But that's good. I'm excited for you because that's a good process model through it. Run the free event and then upsell to the live.
Well,
James, how's it going?
so
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
can I get your feedback? So
Yeah.
I know that you can do it as such, the live event, or you can do it to where like you charge them $47 or something.
Hmm.
I'm considering that just to weed out people who are harder to convert. Is that a good game plan? Like, do you know? We'll see,
It's
right? Okay.
both work, right? I see people
Okay.
run free ones all the time and convert. I did it for probably 3 years where it was a free 5 day challenge. And then instead of charging for the 5 day challenge, we would charge for VIP access.
Yeah.
That way we kind of got both, right? Anybody who bought the VIP access was more likely a warmer lead to, once you're in there to kind of follow up with them through the challenge to talk to them more about the high ticket. Whereas the people that just signed up for free, I still wanted them there because we knew that
Mhm.
if we got 40 people to sign up for free to the free 5 day challenge, only a handful of them would convert to the VIP access for like $47 to $97. And then inside, 40 people sign up, only 20 to 25 of them would even join the Facebook group where the training would be. So half of them immediately drop off as soon as they sign up. And then inside the group, if we had 20 people that joined, only 5 to 7 of those people would actually watch live. And out of the 5 to 7 that watched live, we would get one sale for
Yeah.
$5,000. And so we knew if we had a free challenge, we'd get 40 people sign up, 50% would come over to the group, only 25% would watch live, and one out of those would purchase for around 5K. And those were kind of our numbers, right? I know people that charge $17 right up front or $5 even just to get some form of commitment. So I
Yeah.
think it's just in the beginning, it's up to you. I started off free because I wanted feedback. And in the beginning, I was afraid like nobody would show up if I charged right off the bat. So the way I did it was kind of I buffered it with that VIP. So it'd be like sign up for free. As soon as they sign up, instead of a thank you page, it goes to a VIP upgrade page. And on that, you're like, hey, you already been signed up. We reserved your seat. Excuse me. We reserved your seat. But if you upgrade to a VIP access pass, we're going to have live Q&A after every session all 5 days. and we'll give you the recordings when it's all over. It's just $47, and you put a payment, like a pay form on there. So they could sign up, put their payment in, and it would upgrade them to VIP, another workflow that tags them as purchased VIP, and then the welcome and confirmation, everything.
Okay, I don't want to hog your time, but that leads me to a question I did have. If you
Yeah.
have that follow-up page for the VIP, because I thought of that as well, do they have to enter their payment details twice because it's a new form?
If it's on the first page, if it's free, right, then they're just opting in. So they haven't put in their payment yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on the first page, it's just a form, which is like name, phone number, email. And honestly, on the free side up front, it converts better if it's first name, email. It's like, give us your first name and give us your email address. The more you ask for, the less people you're going to have sign up. So if you're wanting to screen a little bit, you can always put full name, email, phone number, because that automatically will cut off a lot of people that don't want to give their phone number. So on the front page, it's just a sign up form. And then when it goes to the second for the upsell, it would be a payment form where they put in their payment the first time. But if you did take a payment, let's say you charged $10 to join the challenge, and then you took them to an upsell page, your second page would actually be a one-time upsell page to where they just click a button and it automatically charges. So there's like an upsell or a one-time offer setting. And that's the difference in the product. So look at the, that's getting a little complicated for most people, but to not go too deep on that, free sign up, sell the VIP on the second one is going to be like the easiest way to get started, and then learn into that and be like, okay, let's start gating the front side with $17 to join and $97 upsell or something. Clarify a little. Anytime we start strategizing through stuff, it should bring more questions. So no problem at all. We still have like allergies stuff going through our neighborhood. I don't know about you guys, but
Oh,
like clearing our throat all the time. James, how's it going, man?
Good, buddy. How are you, man?
Good. Other than little allergy stuff, not bad at all. So what's up,
Yeah,
man? You got any questions I can answer for you this week?
I I do actually. I still, when people sign up for my affiliate program through Scalability,
Mm-hmm.
they're still not getting an automatic email for their affiliate link.
Okay. So they're
They're
not
still,
getting like the welcome, like here's your link and that type of deal?
uh,
Okay. Hey, Joel,
now
make a note of that for me and let's look into that for him after this.
I'm actually having to send it out myself
Okay.
once they complain to me about it. So. And
Gotcha.
we're literally about to make a major push. So I really need to get that worked out before I do that, because if not,
Right.
I'm gonna I'm
Don't
gonna
want to figure it out in the middle.
yeah.
I hear you. Okay. We'll take a look at it because I'd be
Yeah.
guessing if I just say it now. So,
Yeah, no worries.
Joel's got a note. So we'll take a look at it and everything after this. Anything else? Or is that pretty much it? Making sure we get that fired up.
No, I think that's it, man. I think we're pretty tidied up. We're about to make a major push, and we've got some people that are influencers that are going to help us push, man. I think we're ready.
Nice. That'll be
So I
fun.
mean, we're doing well. I mean, we're cash flowing really well,
Good.
but we want to really push now.
Double down.
Yeah, it's
Now that you're figuring out, it's refining the little pieces, right? Like
yeah,
making it easier, making it smoother. Cool. Well,
yeah,
I'm glad to hear it.
yeah.
And
If
I
we'd
know we're
done
still
it,
pushing forward on the other one too. So
yeah, we've had a couple other things that we've grown the team dramatically.
yeah,
So
good
yeah,
things.
all good stuff, man.
Good things. Cool, cool. Anybody else have any questions or anything? Go ahead and open the floor. I know I've got people
Yeah.
not on video. Hey, Marianne,
Hey,
what can I do
I
for you?
remember, I have a question. I remember one time that you said that I think you said that if you want to have a lead magnet to collect emails, that if you put it on Amazon, you won't get the emails. So you would rather give it for free, like an ebook, for example, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It is that you give a free call. I think you also mentioned one time, so that you can collect the emails and
Mm-hmm.
some new
Yep, you're right.
potential clients. And yeah,
So what's the question there? Like, do you
so yeah, I
did you just
mean,
want to run back through that process real quick? Just give you a refresher?
no, I was just thinking, when it comes to the book, if you could both put it on Amazon, but then maybe also give it for free, so they have two options, or would it be a better strategy? I mean, if you don't have so many leads and you really want to collect, because I remember you mentioned also you could just simply give them a free call to ask them questions. What is it that their need is? Of course, you have like a specific natural beauty and
Yeah.
identity or whatever is your, but some kind of clarity call on, yeah.
Yeah. So ultimately, if you have a book, which is what we're talking about, if we're talking about Amazon and everything, if you just list your book on Amazon, Amazon's going to put it up in their marketplace, right? Some people will find it, some people will buy it. So, I mean, like if you have a book, I would still throw it on Amazon and I would still have it on there for like the full retail price. If it's $15.99, $19.99, $24.99, whatever it is, I would list it on Amazon for full price. That just because that way people can find it and everything else. But like she mentioned, and I like to do this to where everybody can learn if you're watching the replay. Um, if you just put your book on Amazon and somebody goes to Amazon, finds your book, buys it, Amazon prints it, ships it to the customer for you, all that's awesome. But you didn't build an email list. Like you don't know who that customer or client is. So you might have made a few bucks on your book, but you're not growing an email list. And so naturally, Freedom Fridays, I'm teaching you how to have a business, and a business revolves around your email list, your contact list. If you go to sell a business in the future, people aren't buying software that you have set up. They could just buy the software. Your business isn't worth it just because of software you have in place. It's because of systems that you have so that they go, oh, I can run it like he was running it. And the list of clients that you have or the list of leads that you have. If you have a business that produces 1,000 leads a month and your email list, your contact list is growing by 1,000 people a month, your business is automatically more valuable. So we go, well, I'm not going to sell my book as a business. I know, but you want to grow your brand. And if you wrote a book, most likely, if you're not doing it yet, you'll be a speaker for that book. You'll do speaking engagements and everything else, right? So there's still branding behind it. And you want to be able to market to people that got your book to say, hey, we're doing speaking. Or, hey, like Edwina said, I didn't plan on doing coaching, but it's kind of moving that way. So she could go back to her contact list of all the people that bought her book and say, hey, we launched a private community. Join us, click this link to check it out. And you upsell those other people into other things. So I believe if you have a book listed on Amazon for full retail, but then you do your marketing and your social media is like, hey, I wrote this book. It's on Amazon for $19.99. But if you click the link below, I'll give you the book for free. Just cover the shipping and handling. So then they come to your landing page, your funnel page that just talks about your book and how great it is and everything they're going to learn and get inside of it. And then when they get that book, they're opting into your scalability account. So you're building an email list, right? And then you're able to reach out to those customers, right? So now you've got that information. And so you set your shipping and handling costs to cover the fees of printing it and shipping it. Because as an author, if you self-publish on Amazon, it's like $2 to $4 to print the book and around $2 to $4 to ship the book, pretty much anywhere in the United States. And so what you do is you build a funnel page in scalability where people come and they pay $7.99 for shipping and handling. And then when they buy, you simply go as the author, you go to Amazon and you buy the book as the author for $2.50. And you change the shipping address to send it directly to the customer. And so Amazon will charge you $2.50 to print the book and a few bucks to ship the book. And basically you break even, right? You don't make money like you would have made money selling it on Amazon, but now you own the customer information. That customer now is in your contact list and your business has gotten more valuable. Okay. Cause like I want you guys building businesses. I want you creating this generational scalable wealth, right? That's why it's scalability. And so I want you guys kind of shifting from, oh yeah, it's easy. I'll just throw my book on Amazon to build an actual business that you could scale. So does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm just thinking that there's also the opportunity of the Kindle where people can just download it, you know. I mean, here in Denmark, I also don't have the opportunity with the audio, you know, reading part of it. Not yet, it might come, but I was thinking another thing that usually I would have to think if I buy a book from the US, it's for free. I have to pay the shipping and what else you call it, like handling.
Yep. Shipping and
Uh,
handling.
that is quite expensive, but I'm thinking the other way around. If my client are in the US, it would still not be so expensive. I don't know. It's just I'm
Right.
thinking
Yeah. And
there
that's
is
a good question. And
pay
it's a
out
good
of
thing because we
Amazon
have,
and there.
sorry. Yeah. Cause we have
So
users around the world too. So it's a good question. If you're printing a book on Amazon and you're doing this method where it's like, hey, free plus shipping, go to my website, just cover the $7.99 shipping. You want to make sure you put on there in the welcome automation and on the payment page, like only like in the US only. Because if they order it from Denmark and the shipping's $30 and they paid you $7.99, you're losing $22 to be able to ship it to them, right? So we don't want that. So on the payment page, I just put, only available in the US. And then if they opt in and they buy the book, like on the payment page, I say only available in the US. If you're outside the US, we'll send you like the Kindle version, right? Or the PDF version, the digital version. And then you just make that deliver the PDF version in the welcome email. So they can purchase it and they just automatically get the version in the welcome email. I wouldn't like overcomplicate it in the beginning with like the audio and worrying about Kindle and everything else. I would throw it on Amazon and let it do what it does. Let Amazon sell some of your stuff if they can. Great. Because the only people that'll hear about your free plus shipping page are the ones that you tell about it. And if you don't run ads and you don't do content, nobody's ever going to find your page. Like that's just the truth. That's the unsexy truth about business is like you
yeah.
still have to drive people to your stuff.
Mm.
So I would still have it on Amazon. If they do a Kindle, great. If you don't have an audio, that's fine. Don't even worry about it. Just make it available in print through Amazon or free plus shipping in the US only or in Denmark only if they do it there, however that works.
So do you have an opinion about what works better? I mean, if you have like the opportunity of the Kindle and you have the opportunity of the book from Amazon, and then you have finally the opportunity that they can buy it through you. But what about the ebook version? That's actually the Kindle version, right?
The
I
Kindle is
mean,
one,
I
yeah,
know
but if you
I'm
have,
just throwing it in the air, like what like people the more? I mean, I know people are different, right? But
yeah,
if it's like quick information, they just want to get like the 10 tip to something. So maybe it depends on how big how much content. If it's like an easy subject or if it's like a longer, I don't know if you have any.
yeah, the subject's not going to matter too much, honestly. It's because it's going to be different for every person. Like I said, some people
Mhm.
like the Kindle. Some people never want to talk to anybody. Some people will opt in on your page just because they want you to send them other emails because they know you will. Like they're savvy enough to go, if I buy it from their page, they're going to market to me and tell me what other stuff they have. And I like her enough. I want to know about her other stuff. And they'll literally buy from you just because they want the marketing to see what else you have. Like I've done that. I've went and bought stuff and like, I like this guy. I don't know what all he has out there, but I know if I buy this thing, they'll start pitching me everything else. And so I'll sign up intentionally that way to save me searching time because now they're going to target me and send me their stuff. So don't worry about like who's going to buy more what. Set it up in a way that you can handle it, that you can manage it, and the fastest way to money, of course. And like, I know you're kind of at the beginning there stages. So I wouldn't like try to figure out all of the moving, like who will do what and this and that. I would get up on Amazon as quick as possible. I would do my free plus shipping page to build my own contact list. And I would start telling people about it and then see what people do. Because if you start having like, oh, Amazon sold 100 Kindle copies last month, you probably need to figure out like, apparently your book's popular through the Kindle version, but you're not getting anything and there's no hard copies being sold. Then it'll
Right.
tell you instead of guessing, right? It'll tell you what's working and what's not. That's usually the best way to start out, because when you start out, you're literally guessing until you just start
Yeah,
running.
I would guess that if I read more about my life story, like a longer, a little heavier, that would be more like a book version, maybe an ebook version also, but the small, like for example, today I tried to find the small exactly to begin, So today I found in Canva something about self-care. What was this? Something, anyways, about self-care, right? So it's supposed to be short and sweet, and I mean, I just thought a smaller thing like that would be good for what? Yeah,
Well, I
it
can't
could
help
be
you with
good
the
for
length
a
here,
book.
but
Why not? Because if they want it in their hands, even if it's a small, if it's like a diary, you think it's a small thing, like a gratitude journal or whatever, they would still maybe like to have it in their hands. Now I'm just thinking now,
yep.
just
Well,
kind of inspired of that.
that part's going to
Yeah.
be up to you as to whether it's short or long. But from the strategy side of things, don't short or long is not going to matter. Period. Like the ebook version or the physical copy, it just means one's digitally delivered and one's physically delivered. That's it. The length doesn't matter still. It's still going to be your client and what they're after, what they want. So that's the most important thing. It's just talking to them and getting it up in one version, and then like I said, just feeling it out and going from there. Good questions though. Good conversation. I always like reviewing that because we have lots of speakers or lots of authors and speakers. So anybody else? Questions? I saw Kelly jump on a couple times. Anybody else have any questions, strategy this week?
Yeah, I'm still here.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm still here, but I haven't been here in a while and I was kind of like missing it. So
Yep.
I'm
You always
back
pop in and
listening.
out of video when you're like stalking a little bit and then you
Yeah.
come in, let us see you.
Yeah, exactly.
So how's everything going? How can I serve you?
Good. Good. I am wanting to go in and update my landing page.
Yep.
It seems I'm just kind of wanting to revamp it a little bit and making it more focused on the client instead of like talking so much about me and my stuff. I'm learning,
Yep.
So when I go in, and I think I remember this from before, I just couldn't find it, but when I go in and update it on I know there's the laptop little button, and then there's
Yep.
the
Mobile.
mobile. So
Mhm.
do I need to change it on both places?
Check it on both places. So
Okay.
I like to open up desktop to where you can see it, what it looks like on the computer, right? Make the changes you want to, and then click over to the mobile version and see if it made those changes the way you like them.
Okay.
Because like anytime, so like we built your page, right? So you
Yes.
don't know right off the top of your head, oh, this was built in desktop and mobile separately, or it's the same.
Right.
So you want to check them. But even if you guys are editing your own pages, you may not remember if it's 6 months or a year down the road when you go to change something. So it's just a good habit. Build it in desktop, click over to mobile, see how it looks.
Okay.
Because you can change like the sizes of the text. Like you can just add a section on desktop, put text in there and size it, and then jump over to mobile view and it'll be like the text will be crazy big. Well, you can just size the text down and make it look right on mobile. But there's times where on desktop, you gave it like 150 margins on both sides to squeeze it into the page to make it look good. And then when you flip over to mobile, it's like super skinny and there's like one word stacked, down the middle of the mobile version. So you don't want the 160. but you can't change the padding separately on the mobile and the desktop. Maybe you can now. We've made all sorts of updates. This is just an example. But let's say you want to change something on mobile, but you don't want it to change on the desktop, and there's not a desktop mobile settings, then just copy that element and make one of them visible only on desktop, one of them visible only on mobile. Then you can edit them separately. And then you have that deal where when you go in 6 months from now to change that, and you make a change to that paragraph on mobile, you toggle over to desktop, or you make the change on desktop, toggle over to mobile, and it didn't change because you had duplicated it and they were separate elements. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, I think so.
So
Yeah.
just check them, like make your changes on the desktop, just to simplify it. Make your changes on the desktop, toggle over to mobile and see if they looks the way you want, and then make the changes on mobile to match. Sometimes it'll automatically change it over and it'll be like, oh, perfect, because it's the same thing. But you'll toggle over sometimes and you'll be like, oh, this was built on mobile only, and this was built only on desktop. So when you made the change on one or the other, it didn't automatically jump over. So just always get in the habit of like, make your changes on desktop, switch over and check them on mobile, and you'll be fine.
Okay. Okay. And that was really the only thing I'm really like looking at right now. I've got so many more things, but that's the major one right now. So,
well, I know there's always a learning and a growing process. And I know you've kind of had things going and been talking to people and different stuff going on. So there's always a growing and a tweaking and a changing.
Yeah. Yeah. Even in everything, it's changing continuously, growth. So that's a good thing. So
that's a good thing. Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Thanks, Erin.
Any other questions or anything?
Not right now.
No? Feel solid in what you're doing?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel solid for the next 24 hours, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way I look at each day. I'm like, well, I feel really good, but I have a feeling in the next couple of days it's going to blow up and we'll figure it out from there.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, it was good talking to you. MJ, anybody else hanging out in the without your videos? Need anything?
I think both Kelly and I think it's Edwina touched on some things. Marianne, I think y'all kind of touched on similar things that I'm working with. So yeah, like Kelly, I'm just popping on because it's been a while.
Good stuff. Well, that's all right. It's good to, it's good to pop in now. And just as a reminder for everybody, these calls, Freedom Fridays, like I want you to come in and get the strategy or straighten out the mindset around what you're working on, but you don't have to come in here. So like, Kelly and MJ mentioned, like haven't been on here for a little while. It's okay. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I want you guys working on the stuff to move your businesses forward and focusing on money-making tasks. A lot of people get sucked into calls like this and they show up every week just to show up because it's kind of our way of procrastinating. Like we call it learning, but we show up and we're just here because we don't really want to work on our stuff. So I'm always telling people, like, if you need something, jump in here. Let me help you with the mindset, with the strategy, with how do things flow? How can I make this work? And then feel free. Like we've had some people already bounce off and go right back to doing the stuff you need to do, back to the money-making tasks. So always good to see you guys. I appreciate your time, but feel free to jump in and out whenever you need something. And then always like keep the process, because that's the other thing that happens is sometimes we get in, they call them learning loops, right? Where we continue learning instead of doing the stuff we need to do. When you guys get a process, like we went through Edwina's here at the beginning, right? The process is she wants to do a virtual event, sell a high ticket coaching program. So if that's what she's working on, then don't entertain creating a course right now. It will completely throw off getting an event going and selling a high ticket coaching program because you'll start learning something different that you don't need right now, right? So the best thing you can do is jump in here and go, hey, what's my funnel? What's my customer journey? What do I need to build? And when you have that, commit to it and go, great, here's what I need to build first then. Landing page for people to sign up for the free event with a form and an automation. Done. Maybe you get that piece done this week. And next week you're like, okay, great. Well, I got this piece done. I got the form done. I got the automation done. I only had one question. Now I'm working on the upsell page for the high ticket. It's like, awesome. Don't do anything else. The next week, just get your questions answered and go straight back to that one upsell page, right? And selling the high ticket with the automation and then how you're going to fulfill on it. Because if you do that, you'll knock out steps and you'll be like, oh, I got this part of the funnel done, this part done, the automation's done, the event's ready, and you'll just knock things out. The shiny object has a tendency to pull us in different directions and make us want to learn new things because there's lots of cool stuff out there. So every Friday is my chance to bring you back in to your customer journey and your process and help you with that. So any other questions, concerns, struggles that I can help point you guys in the right direction before we wrap up this week?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like it has to be quite individually what is speaking to our personality or our heart, or, where to start, But I do understand you say that if you're focused on that one thing, be focused on that one thing. And so I'm having this thought that if you want to start high ticket, like Eileen Wilder, somebody know her. Anyways,
Yep.
she's so awesome. And you still need the leads.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, whether it's the free call, or it's the if it's the little book or whatever it is, you still need, or do you? I don't know. I'm just thinking.
You'll always need the leads, right? And so this is the whole figure out your customer journey. Sometimes your customer journey, your funnel, your process, whatever it is you want to call it, the way your business is going to run from start to finish. That's what you're going to commit to. So if you said, hey, I want to be like Eileen Wilder, I want to sell high ticket programs for $20,000, $30,000, $100,000, then it doesn't matter what you're selling. You're always going to need leads, which means you need marketing and a way to attract leads. Then you need to convert those leads to pay you for something. Now, remember at the beginning when we talked about Edwina's, my process for about 3 years was attract leads with a free 5-day challenge. So I committed to 5-day challenge. That's it. There wasn't 15 different lead magnets and there wasn't a bunch of different stuff because I would have got confused and ran around in learning loops trying to figure it all out. But I knew a 5-day challenge, I could get better at it and just do it. I think I did it every month. Yeah, we did it every single month for 7 months. And literally the whole thing was just, I'm doing a 5-day challenge for free. I didn't even offer an upsell for VIP at the beginning because it was just like, I just got to figure out the process. 5-day free challenge, get people into the challenge and sell for $3,000. That's where I started. The very first one I did, I had like 12 people sign up and I sold 2 for $3,000 each. And I was like, oh man, it works. Oh, now what? And so then it was like now what? How do I do this again next month? And I looked at the 5-day challenge and I made it better so that it converted more the next month. And then after a couple months, I'm like, I wonder if people would pay $5,000 instead of $3,000. And so I did the exact same 5-day challenge, but we upped the price to $5,000 instead of $3,000. And nobody batted an eye. They still paid for it. We're like, oh, okay. Then we experimented up to $7,500 and sales dropped off. So we backed it back into $5,000 because now we're like figuring it out. But the process we committed to was sell a high ticket program or nothing. There was no free Facebook groups. There was nothing. So on the challenge, I would tell people sign up for my 5-day challenge. And during the whole 5 days, I would say, I'm going live Monday through Friday. I'm going to give you Saturday and Sunday to watch the replays in the Facebook group at the time. And then on Monday morning, I'm kicking everybody out of the Facebook group and I'm deleting all the content. I am not going to spend my time maintaining a free Facebook group. You're either working with us or you can catch us on the next challenge. I hope it was valuable. And I would just give for 5 days. I give them 2 days to watch the replays. And then it was sign up to work with us for $5,000 or we'll catch you on the next one, maybe. And that was it. We committed to that process for 3 years. And like, we made a bunch of money doing it that way. And that was I want to sell high ticket. I don't want to sell $97 or $17 products. So the commitment was, I want to be this high ticket, such and such, right? Now look at scalability, completely different. $97 a month, the software. and I show up for Freedom Fridays every single Friday and coach for free because you're a subscriber at $97. We're not selling 5K packages anymore, but now we've committed to the process. Build the YouTube channel, create resources and training to help people win with the software so they keep it forever. Give strategy sessions for free instead of charging for high ticket coaching. I don't even do the high ticket one-on-one anymore. Like, we just don't mess with it because I can serve more people this way and scale the business. So I've committed to a different model. You don't need a whole bunch of stuff on the front side, like a free book to a free challenge, or to a free book to a $100 challenge to a $500 group to a $20,000 one-on-one. You don't need all the steps. You can literally go from free content to $20,000 program. But I'm saying figure out what you want to do and then commit to that and don't jump around. So if I say I'm going to build a community and I'm going to charge people monthly to show up in that community, and I'm going to show up every week, Freedom Fridays, and I'm going to coach on this specific topic, then commit to that. So when 2 people sign up over the next 3 months, you show up every week and you teach them and you give to them and you help them win, the 2 people that showed up. And then you focus on, how do I get more leads and convert more people into my paid community? The problem is most people get 2 people signed up in the first 3 months and they're like, it's not working, forget it. And they shut it down. They're like, I'll build a course. Well, the exact same thing happens because it's the same steps through everything. You still have to tell people about it, get leads. You still have to do marketing to get those leads. You still have to convert the leads, which is follow up, right? Software helps you with those things, but it doesn't matter what you want to do. If you're just an author doing a free book or doing a book, and then you're wanting to go and speak at things, that's the process. Come to my website, free plus shipping on the book. And hey, I do speaking engagements. If you or anybody's looking for a guest speaker, would love to come speak at your events. And like, that can be your process. And you figure out how to just do that over and over and over. But it doesn't matter what it is. You have to market and advertise to get the leads. You got to collect information from those leads. You got to follow up, convert those leads, which means change them from a lead to a paying client. And then you got to service them. So it doesn't matter what the model is. If you want to be like Eileen Wilder, or if you want to be a software company or whatever it is, every single business has the exact same thing. Marketing to get leads, convert the leads, and then fulfill with them. That's it. The rest of it is literally up in the air, whatever you want to do. Pick what you want to do and dig into those elements. That's why I teach the fast scaling quadrant. Foundation, automation, systems, traffic. You have to know this is what I'm doing. That's your foundation. The web page for people to sign up, the automation for it to run, that's the automation and systems, right? You're getting it to where automation run. There's a system that people come through. Then traffic. You go out and you have to market and bring people to it. That converts them through. Go ahead. Did you have another question? And then we'll wrap up here. But does anybody else have questions? Since that's kind of, it applies to everybody's businesses. Does that strike anything or spawn any more questions? It could go on and on, right? Well, I appreciate you guys joining me and giving me your time. I know time is the one thing you can never get back. So I promise I will do my best to always never waste your time. I appreciate you showing up. I appreciate you asking questions and engaging and giving us stuff to talk about. This was good. I feel like we had probably 3 different businesses that gave us kind of a good customer journey or flow or strategy. So have an awesome weekend, and we'll catch you guys back here again next Friday.